me to think about what recording this week.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of an idea, because we haven't really been out on any adventures, obviously in the van, but you know, people don't want to see us just like sitting rainy days in the van. But I was thinking, should we share some like of our favourite waterfall walks across the UK?
Oh, I think that's a nice idea.
I think that is quite a good idea, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, do that, like, yeah, a little summary of the week.
Coming in.
Do you want
do
to
it.
make a coffee first though, please?
Yes.
Okay. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I did it before you. How are we all? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Or good night.
Or good night, yeah. People might be watching us go to sleep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend watching us to go to sleep. I don't think we're very relaxing. Are we relaxing?
Are we relaxing?
How have all of your weeks been? We have been a little bit van-ridden from the rain, haven't we? That's a lie, actually. We still get outside.
We leave the van.
It's been raining. What's the highs and lows of a week? Because I think that's a good way to sort of recap it, isn't it? It makes you realise when you talk about a low that every solution has a problem. No, every problem has a solution.
Every solution. I like that.
And then if you remind yourself of a high, then you've got something to be grateful for.
Yeah, well, and
Woo!
Frank's making weird noises. We live full time in our camper van. We are not adventuring every single day.
No, slow travel, man.
Slow travel.
Hit me, spud me. That's it. Not hit me. Hit me. that made me flinch. Oh, I know what a high is from this week. Despite it not being the spring or the summer yet, despite it still being winter, we had a barbecue, didn't we?
Barbecue number 4, I
Barbecue
think.
number 4, but this one was special, guys. This week I tried something new, didn't I?
You did. We had a roast dinner on a barbecue. Seems like that's impossible. But
With Yorkshire puddings, roast beef, roast potatoes and honeyed carrots, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was delicious, if I do say so myself. We've got like a little gas barbecue which has got a little temperature dial on the outside, which I think it was like 50 quid from Argos.
From Argos, yes.
If you sign up to their email list at the time, not sure if they're still doing it, so go check, you get 10% off. You've got the temperature so that you know what temperature you're cooking your meat to. And your Yorkshire puddings, massive fluffy Yorkshire puddings, weren't they?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, buzzing. So it's like, yeah, that's a major high, I think. Yeah, you can also have a winter barbecue. So we are now gonna, I mean, that's applicable if you live in a van, if you're going camping, you can still have a roast dinner.
Yeah.
You can just cook it on a barbecue.
Well, yeah,
You're
I
making
mean,
these
we've got...
coffees.
Yeah, I know, it just takes like 2 hours for the kettle to work, doesn't it?
Impatient, I'm impatient. I am very impatient. Oh no. Yeah.
Why isn't the coffee done yesterday?
Yeah. Why was the coffee not done before we started filming? I'm only joking. But yeah, that's a super high. Let this be your inspiration to not save your barbecues for the summer weather. Sat outside in the woods, listening to the birds, eating a barbecue roast dinner.
Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it?
Also listening to the rats of the woods.
Cheeky little squirrels.
Yeah.
They are rodents though, aren't they?
They are rodents, yeah. Because if you have followed us for a while, you'll know the
Squir-
fun we've had with squirrels.
Squirrel gate.
Yeah,
is what we call it.
squirrel gate, yeah. They decided to run off with our fuel filter. Well, when we went to set up the barbecue, we realised that they decided they wanted to have a barbecue too, didn't they?
Yeah, chewed through the gas cable. Well, chewed at it, didn't chew through it.
Yeah, the tubing that goes from the gas bottle to the barbecue, they just taken chunks out all the way along. So obviously fix that, bit of Gorilla Tape.
I'm just going to say the kettle is now boiling, so I don't know if we will literally come
Shout
back.
over it!
Yeah, so 2 secs, just like that. Kettle's done.
How many coffees have we had today?
Too many, maybe.
No, should we have a herbal tea?
Yes.
I'm feeling a little bit caffeinated, my friends.
Well, and there's a peak, isn't there, with coffee of it stops doing its effect and just makes you a bit jittery, mate.
I don't know, I could drink coffee all day. I think that's part of my
Should we have a
problem.
coffee?
Too many decisions.
Should we have a coffee?
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
Let's be wild. How many coffees a day is too many coffees a day? We've also got this at the moment. They're doing in Lidl, Aldi? Lidl. Pumpkin spice cold brew. It uses milk. And it's really nice, isn't it?
It is nice, isn't it?
It is nice. Do you put sugar in when you
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You are wild,
Yeah,
my friend.
crazy.
But yes, the squirrels attacked, didn't they?
Squirrel gate. Yeah, that's where we were.
So yeah, so we fixed it with Gorilla Tape. We will buy a new one, don't worry.
Yeah, gas wasn't leaking.
We're not going to blow our arm in, it might have been. Who knows? We're living outside, isn't it? Just sometimes you can sort of feel like you've not got a lot to share, and I think that's just because we take for granted.
Well, yeah, I think we get, what do you call it? Like when you get used to something, you think other people won't care. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you're clicking off right now.
Well, that is also why I did say this week, let's share waterfall walks rather than take them on a walk, so that then you get a bit of what we're doing, but also a bit of what you guys can go and see. Sort of use our knowledge and share our life.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know why I finger gummed it. Sorry, I didn't mean to finger gun you guys. Should we make these coffees and then shall we drink these coffees and have a chat with our friends?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Quick update for everyone who's been poised to know what Kez has put in her corner from our Lewis episode, wasn't it? We went to the little flea market bric-a-brac shop. We've got a cup upside down here. We've got a little Ganesh. We've got a couple of little stones and a little gem in there. And a couple of shells in there. So that's nice, isn't it, darling?
I mean, incredibly useful stuff.
Yes, incredibly useful.
Now, I need to find things to put into my little shelves. If anyone's got any ideas of what can go in my little shelves, they're not very big. Look, I'll show you. If I put my hand next to it, that one's about that big. This one's about this big. So, yeah. Any ideas? Welcome. What goes in the little shelves?
Had a couple of great suggestions. I think it might have been Tony and Rodney in the comments. Asked if you were going to put your sea glass in the tiny little jars, which I actually thought was quite a good idea.
You didn't tell me that idea.
Sorry, lads.
That was
I'm
a
telling you
great
the idea
idea.
now. So, yeah, anyway, let's.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, sea glass collecting. That's the two little shells. What I'm thinking, like some sort of like wild flower can be picked in the spring to go in here. That was my idea.
Not illegally picked though. Hey, Tony subscribed to our channel. Why don't you?
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Simon. Cheers.
Cheers, Tim. Cheers,
Tim.
Simon.
I'm only
Stop doing
joking.
that.
No, I know we do, don't we?
Cheers, Trist. Cheers, Kez.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on with it.
Maybe that's why I was raging this week, because I had too many coffees.
Maybe.
Maybe. I was raging. I wasn't raging.
You do hate van life, don't you?
Yeah, I hate van life. No, only joking. But I definitely think
Sometimes it feels like you hate van life.
No, it doesn't. Don't lie. Don't lie. No, I think that's one thing why, yeah, you've got to love the outdoors when you van life.
Got to love van life if you're gonna.
Well, no, you got to.
I'm messing. I'm just being.
You're such a wind up, aren't you? But no, you got to love the outdoors, haven't you? Because small space living. I think you deal with it a lot better than me. Purely like Trist is the tortoise and I'm the hare. You are slow and methodical.
Metaphorically and actually.
Yeah, whereas I like everything to move fast and be done yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think, the reality of living in a small space, because not everything's like, ooh, sunshines and rainbows all the time. You have to balance it out, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think for me, sometimes it's the speed which things can get done in a small space. I think sometimes, you just have some weeks where you're like, why don't we have more space?
Yeah.
Like having a shower, you've got to kind of like, you've only got to move a few things. I'm not complaining, guys. I'm not complaining. But it's just, sometimes you have to balance it. I'm lucky because I don't care. Like if it's raining, I'll go outside. If it's freezing, I'll go outside. Maybe something valuable to share with you guys if you're thinking of moving into a van.
Or getting a van.
Don't always have to be, not loving it, because I do love it. That's not what I'm trying to say. But, you do have some weeks where you're just like,
why do we make this life decision?
No,
I need to
such
stop.
A nightmare,
I need to
isn't
stop.
he? I'm trying to share with them the reality. I hate talking, not necessarily about the negatives, but the other side of things, because I think people do take it negatively.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's just a balance of small space living. Oh my God, he's blinded me.
I'm trying out some new lighting.
Jesus.
Oh.
The lighting to blind me.
Yeah, if you look directly at the light, you can no longer see.
Yeah, I'm probably like squinting now, aren't I? But yeah, just sort of like, I suppose, the reality. Small space living, you do need to sometimes just get yourself out and away from the van. Yeah, just some days it's a bit harder.
Well, I think what it is...
Oh, that one is too bright, darling.
Is it?
I can't see.
Is it?
It is.
A bit like this, loves a complain.
He's so cheeky, isn't he? But we have been thinking... Oh,
Sorry, I didn't want to talk.
sorry.
Welcome to the Kez show, where she likes to talk.
Oh! They already know that anyway.
It's that thing where it's like when we have better weather, get out, a bit more exploring, spend more time outside. But I think the rain is the hardest to deal with, certainly. Yeah, not for you.
I'm gonna disagree though, because I think small space living when it's hot as well can sometimes be tricky.
Yeah, but you hate hot weather.
Yeah, I do. It gets me really like flustered and stressed.
It's only when it's like super hot that I'm like, this is mental.
I sound like a delight to live with, don't I?
Yeah, well, you are, darling. You are. This is our therapy, isn't it?
You are one lucky bugger.
Yeah. You wait till we get you off camera, mate. She'll have a go at me. Again, I'm joking. I think I'm funny.
Yeah, we know. We've gathered.
Yeah,
We've gathered.
I am a comedian.
But actually, we want your advice this week, I think, don't we?
Yeah, go on.
For small space living, you guys know it's coming up to almost 2 years we've lived in Old Gertie, haven't we?
That's mental in itself, isn't
Yeah,
it?
isn't it? That's crazy.
I was speaking to one of my mates the other day, and he was like, how's it going? And yeah, I kind of, well, a little bit like what we're talking about now. It's like, sometimes you, need a bit more space, days are short. At one point it was like dark.
Whoa. That's close.
A lot worse.
That's
Apologies for the coffee on my lap. Some days.
He's wet himself.
I haven't tiddled myself. Some days, like it can. Yeah, the reality of van life can be a little tougher than on the good days. But what I was trying to get at is, I was kind of like, we've been doing this almost 2 years, like in this van, and then a total of 7 having a camper van. And I was like, I look back at like last year, like we just started doing this.
Yeah, I know, mental, isn't it?
Where it's like, I don't know where the time's gone.
No. Which shows that we're enjoying ourselves.
Well, yes, it does, doesn't it?
Time goes quicker when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun, yes.
It does, yes.
Oh.
Yes, mate.
We have fun, don't we?
Yeah, we do have fun.
But yeah, back to tiny space living.
Well, I think it's that thing, isn't it, where it's like, I love having less stuff, as we've spoken about before. I love the minimalist lifestyle. I think it does wonders for your headspace. But I definitely think we're reaching a point of needing a bit more space. You know, it is a 5x2 van. It's one of the smallest vans I've seen people living in full time.
Yes.
I don't think I actually know anyone living in a van smaller than this.
I think there is another lady on YouTube. There's obviously people outside the world of
Single
YouTube.
Though.
Yes. I
We're
think
a
she is a
couple.
single lady,
So
and
I think
she's got one of those car vans.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them, a combi.
Like a Berlingo.
Yeah, it's style
yeah.
thing. Yes.
I think it's different when certainly when but as 2 people with 2 animals, I don't know anyone else living in something this small.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we're not, don't worry, you know, we love old Gertie. She is with us for life. So, you know, but, pardon me.
Oh, mate, what is wrong with us? We're so unprofessional.
Aren't we? So bad, isn't it? But it's just sort of got us thinking about options. We're not rushing into anything, certainly not changing anything imminently. But I think the thing is, there are so many different options to get more space. You guys know that we have our awning, which is awesome. But yeah, just sort of thinking of options. So really, I'll cut to the chase. The options that we've seen are, you can obviously... So rude. We can get like a bigger van to sort of more of a motorhome type style van. You know, whether that be a Talbot motorhome, a more modern one. I prefer Talbots. I know the engines now. I love them.
We're actually looking at a Talbot style. I think it's a Fiat, but...
Yeah, and that's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. It's really nice. I do love so more of a, this is a camper van. So more of a motorhome. Yeah. So you have a bit more space. Right. You've then got a converted van, which, yes, are slightly smaller in some respects, but then you can design everything to be exactly that suits you. But then that is a lot of time and wasted travel time, wasted outdoor time.
Yeah, we discussed that recently, didn't we?
Yeah, space to do it, all of those things. And then another option, which I was sort of through to you a couple of months ago, actually, wasn't it? Is like you get a caravan as well as Old Gertie. So you put a caravan on different campsites in different areas, and then have Gertie to go off and explore, wild park, adventure, but then somewhere to come back to spread out with a bit more space. Because basically, like I said to Trist, is when we had Leo, our T5,
Yeah.
wasn't a pop top, it was really little, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we always said when we had Leo, oh wow, wouldn't it be cool to just be able to sort of stand up?
That was kind of the prerequisite, stand up, and then the other features that we've got in this van. And we thought we're winning at life, and we are winning at life.
We really are winning at life. But yeah, we were sort of saying, and so if we had Gertie when we had Leo, so if we had Gertie with a house, I mean, this would be a palace to be adventuring in, because you literally have everything you could possibly need. But personally, it would be nice to have a little break where we've got a permanent bed.
Yes, I think that's sort of the thing
That's
we'd
the
like
crux.
to add on,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's the crux of it. It'd be cool to have a few more outdoor sort of essentials like kayaks, paddle boards that we've got, you know, accessible to us, and a permanent bed.
Permanent bed, bit of garage space. There, I'll
And
wrap
so-
that up for you.
This is where I've been thinking, if you had, because I'm not a massive, I love being able to drive and park easily in Gertie. I love her size.
Yes, this is again another conversation, isn't it? Where it's like this allows us still to park in 99% of like normal car parks. Obviously, you can't get under height barriers. That's clear. But we can park in a normal parking space. Where not that it's impossible to do it in anything larger, but it's just like new thought processes,
Well, and also
isn't there?
well park-up spots.
Yeah, it does make it a bit more challenging.
Yeah, you can fit in so many more places.
Yeah, we just fit in a car parking space. don't we?
Exactly. And then also, like, you know, petrol, you're not running a massive, huge motor.
I feel that's a contentious point.
Is it?
Yeah, because this has got, in comparison to a lot of maybe more modern vans
True.
or even modern motorhomes,
True.
I think this is terrible on its miles per gallon.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that sort of thing.
So I think
that's a moot point.
Yeah, it's a moot point.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So it's kind of like, but then I don't know, like when we've sort of bombed around Scotland in this, and you can tuck into all these, you just feel like little and discreet and more adventure. I think that's what it is. I love the adventure element of a smaller van, but for full-time living, it would be nice to, like go off and have an adventure in Scotland for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In Gertie, and then have a caravan at a campsite that you can then go back to for like a week, recharge, have a bed set up, a bit more space.
Yeah, swap a couple of things over.
Because then it gives you more space in the van. But then would that get frustrating? Because then would you be like, well, we want a bigger motorhome, because then you've always got your house with you. You've never got to be going back to a certain spot type thing. You know, you don't have routes. So I think...
What's the answer, guys?
What is the answer? Do you have a converted van? Do you have a motorhome? Do you have a caravan with a camper van?
Yeah.
You know, I really love the idea as well of getting a rooftop tent with a 4x4.
Mm.
And so it's like, you're not such a fan,
No,
are you?
I'm not a fan of that.
I just think that's so
not
much
a fan
fun.
of the idea. I love the idea, but I'm not a fan of that for us.
No, but I think we'd always have Gertie.
Yeah.
That's the point. And then that's another point. If we spent money out on a bigger motorhome or converted van, I couldn't get rid of old Gertie.
Yeah.
I just love her so much in every way. So therefore, is that just wasting money? Because you've then got 2 vehicles, 2 sets of MOTs, 2 sets of servicing,
Tax.
2 taxes, 2 insurances.
8 tyres.
Exactly. And all we really ever sometimes need is just that little bit of respite, isn't it? And a bit more space, as I keep saying.
Yeah.
Sound like a... That's me doing a broken record.
Yeah, nice.
Does that work? yeah. But so therefore, if you've got a caravan, they're way cheaper to buy. Gertie would still be our full-time home. That would kind of be like our holiday home, I suppose, rather than replacing our full-time home. And then if you have a caravan, you can base it in some of the most beautiful campsites that we found around the UK. Farmers' fields during the summer. Have a caravan down in Cornwall that's there for like 3 months. You can move it around. So my idea is slow travel around the UK. You'd sort of drive to one area, drop the caravan, go off and explore, wild camp, etc. Then move the caravan to somewhere else, go off and explore. Yeah, I don't know. How easy is it to tow a caravan? How hardy are they? I don't know anything about caravans.
Yeah. So, you can see, what is it we said? Hare, tortoise. But yeah, I think essentially what we're asking is we're kind of having conversations, aren't we?
Yeah.
Of, you know, what possible next steps does UK travel and van life hold for us?
Yeah.
And so, you know, if you're watching this and you've had different vans or you have different setups or whatever, share with us your experiences and start a conversation with us, because yeah, we'd like to explore. God, I'm so sorry about the coffee stains. We'd like to explore this idea further. We've chucked around so many ideas, haven't we?
Yes,
And we're
we
sort
have.
of like always talking about this and a number of other things.
Well, that's a
What do
lovely
you
thing
reckon?
about having you guys here along for the journey with us. You know, we can get your recommendations and just opinions. Like, you don't even need to have driven or lived in a van or a caravan or
Yeah.
anything, but if you were in our position,
What would you do?
yeah, what would you do? Because yeah, eventually there's an evolution to this sort of space.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what do we do, guys?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
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 How do we stop me raging? I'm not raging, I promise you.
How do we get Kez to love van life again?
You're such a wind up. I love van life. You guys know I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
What,
just-
honestly?
I just like winding you up for some
Yeah,
reason.
you do, don't you?
And it's easier to do it on camera because there's less repercussions.
That's
in the
true.
moment.
That is true, actually. But no, I love van life, but it's how can we evolve this
Yeah.
lifestyle? How can we evolve it? What's
But-
the next steps? What do we do? It's a show you can't just sort of trial it all. Do like 3 months in a converted van, 3 months in a motorhome, and 3 months in a caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, if we win the lottery, you could do that.
couldn't you? Mental, isn't it? When you think like, once upon a time, if we won the lottery, you're like, oh, get a massive house, and like genuinely, if we won the lottery, massive house, no, just a house, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Genuinely, hand on heart, 100,000,000%, not for us.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, we're sort of going slightly off tangent here, but
Yeah, that's us.
yeah, but that's why we like van life, isn't it? It's because we were chatting the other day where it's we were in Scotland once and we woke up and we were in the mountains. We didn't wake up in the mountains magically, we drove there. But we woke up in the mountains, it was absolutely clattering rain.
Yeah.
We got caught in a hailstorm the day before, so we just had a little look on the weather app. Where's the nicest weather? Oh, on the other side of Scotland, over by a beach. So what was it, 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Drove all the way over, like from the mountains to a lovely sandy beach with seals.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we were like, oh, this is nice and sunny. And that's what we like about van life, isn't
Yes.
it? Like, we've had enough houses and flats and, you know, static properties. You can't move that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I do wonder whether as soon as the warmer weather hits, where we'll then suddenly care less about space, because then you are literally
More outdoors.
living outside. But then that also comes with the balance of it would be cool to have more outdoor things with us, wouldn't
No,
it?
there is no pleasing you, is there?
Oh no, I'm trying to be realistic.
No, you are being realistic. I just like to add in the...
Yeah, I think that's the summer you live outside, so your home becomes the outdoors.
Yes.
But then it would be cool to, as I said, have paddle boards, have all of our surfboards, things that you can use to maximise the outdoors, isn't it? Would be cool.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
That we said about Scotland once, wasn't it? We saw some people kayaking on, I can't remember what loch, a massive
Yeah.
loch in Scotland, and that was like that's cool, isn't it? Like, you know, we're mainly walkers and drivers, so we sort of drive somewhere, walk, go and look at some views. This is pretty cool. But it's like, once you get something new, like a kayak, and you're able to transport that around, all of a sudden it's kind of like, well, you can go and revisit the
Exactly.
entirety of Scotland and go and just focus on the lochs of Scotland
Go
and
out
just
on
go.
the sea.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to some amazing places, haven't we? Some places that look like Canada. God, people are going mental in the comments for
Oh
saying
yeah,
like that.
people did go crazy at you for that.
Yeah, in the Glencoe video, don't compare Scotland to anywhere else in the world. I'm only doing it because if you haven't been to Scotland, it gives you a reference point. But nah. Whatever.
But yes, anywho, we aren't going to just sit and talk at you this week. We have got some...
Aren't we?
No! Rather than take you out on an adventure with us, we're going to share a collective of adventures.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do that over the next few vlogs, actually, is try and sort of like group together sort of places to go, see and stay, especially with the warmer weather coming in. You know, not everyone's like us and we'll go paddling through flooded streams in the middle of the winter. Some people do wait for the spring and summer to get outside.
Normal people.
Normal people. Well, we're normal.
Nah.
No, we're not. We're far from normal. That's all right. Normal's boring.
We're not as me.
But yeah, so this week we thought, why not group together a collective of waterfall hikes for you guys.
Yeah.
Across the UK, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, so let us take them down
Memory lane. We honestly don't practice these things. Is this kind of like, oh, sorry to sort of reference it like this. Is this like when two women like hang out together and they're in flow, or I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry, ladies.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's
is that
so
us
funny.
where we're like?
You've just compared us to I just think it's a
Shall I
couple
cut that out?
No, I don't know, because I think that's quite funny.
Yeah, I
bless
think
you.
it's funny.
But it's no, I think we just spend way too much time together.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, that was not rehearsed in any way, shape or form. But yes.
Funny and sad.
Let's take you down memory lane.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right, yeah, straight into it then.
Yeah, no, we're going to continue.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the first one we've got to share has got to be the Grey Mars Tail hike.
Yes, well, that is a special place in our heart.
That's absolutely beautiful, yes. It's where Trist proposed to me, didn't you? At the base of the waterfall. That was a very special day, obviously.
But anyway, you're not here for that, are you?
But yeah, it's awesome, Grey Mars Tail. This is in Scotland, we should add, in Moffat.
Yes, in the Dumfries and Galloway area.
Yep, and you can park, it's a National Trust car park. There's two of them at the base of the falls, which you can overnight, and it's on park for night. It. I don't know how, we overnighted there.
Yeah, there's no sign to say you can't.
Exactly, that's the best way to put it. There's no sign to say you can't overnight there.
Other people share this spot, so don't kill us for sharing it.
Wonderful hike up the side of the waterfall. It's not for the faint-hearted.
On a windy day, it's pretty mental.
It does get quite sort of to the edge of the path, doesn't it? To the edge of the heights. But once you've scaled up the heights, you then follow the stream all the way along to Loch
Skeen, and it's called a burn, not a river. Don't annoy the Scots.
Oh, okay,
They will come for you.
So you follow the burn all the way along the top.
Loads of like mounds. I don't know what you call it. It's just, it's epic. The little, you walk up steep bit, come along. It's quite flat the rest of the walk, isn't it?
Oh, it's completely flat once you get to the top.
Yeah, follow the burn, and you're kind of like, where are we going? And I remember the first time we were there, and you walk round, and the little burn kind of gets a bit more fierce, and then boom, opens up to Loch Skeen.
Yeah.
And that is, on the right day, it's just, amazing. Then it's surrounded by hills or mountains, I'm not sure. But yeah, just incredible.
Yeah,
I think, did we see some deer up there? I can't remember. I think you can walk round there. We just kind of hung out, flew the drone. We did read on Google Maps review of the place. I think someone had hiked up with a paddleboard. That's cool. But yeah, check that one out. Add that to your list if you're heading to Scotland this year.
Next one is one in Wales, and it featured in the Batman movie. It is part of the 5 Waterfalls hike, and it is the first one you will come across, isn't it? You go across a beautiful little bridge and then sort of follow the little stream along, and you come to the Batman waterfall, which you love, don't you?
Yeah. Do you know what it's called?
No, of course I don't.
Henrid Falls.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sick. Yeah, well, there's 2 ways in. One from the National Trust car park, and then if you sort of walk round, I think it's actually a quicker route in. But yeah, once you get to the waterfall, you can actually wild swim where the waterfall comes down. We witnessed people doing that. We didn't do it. Maybe one day. But what's cool is you can go right round the side and get in behind the waterfall. Oh, what a mental experience.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Yes.
Add that one to your list. If you are also in Wales, head to Brecon Beacons. We call it the Waterfall Walk.
We've dubbed it that.
We've dubbed it that. No one else has. We actually haven't seen anyone else talking about this particular walk.
It's near the Talbot Reservoir.
Yes, and then you follow it up and around, and you walk past, I don't know, 5, 6 little mini waterfalls.
Yeah, maybe 10.
It's absolutely beautiful.
There's quite a big one that you'll see, which is really like photo worthy, and then you can just walk around all the other little ones, and there's loads of wild swimming spots there if that's your game.
It's a brilliant one, so add that one to your list as well. Then if we head to Cornwall, this is a bit of a random add-in for the waterfall walks. Sandymouth Beach, just north of Bude, is featured in the Salt Path book, where they found a little waterfall to wash under. So if you go down onto the beach, there's a little runoff of water that comes over the rock face there, and it's just it's beautiful. It's a stunning little beach, and it's just it's a cool place to visit if you've read the Salt Path. If you haven't read the Salt Path, highly recommend it. Should we jump back up to Scotland?
Go.
Falls of Shin.
Falls of Shin. Brilliant waterfall that you can walk right down very close to on a viewing platform, and if you're lucky enough and you stand there long enough, you can see wild salmon jumping. Absolutely epic. On to the next one.
Falls of Falloch.
Yeah, that's another cool one.
Yeah, that's in Scotland as well. It's not necessarily a waterfall walk, it's more of a waterfall view, isn't it?
Yes.
It's got a
shortish walk from the car park.
Yeah, very short, easily accessible to everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
There's a sort of a purpose-built cage platform that leads you out to a viewing point to spectate the waterfall, isn't there?
And then you can just stand to the side on the rocks as well, just to look at the waterfall itself. Absolutely sublime. And again, I think I've seen people wild swim there. Have you subscribed? You have? Oh, high five. Yay, Frank subscribed.
I think that's quite cool. I like that, because I feel like it gives everyone a huge chunk of takeaway for travel inspo.
Well, yeah, and you might be watching this any time of year, to be fair, but you know, we're entering that time of year where a lot of people are planning road trips, aren't they? Whether you want to go to Scotland, Wales. Oh, we should say, if you know of any good waterfalls in England, we've tried, you know, I think, what is it, Limford Gorge? We went to go and try and see that one, but there's not many waterfalls in the south of England. I realise there's probably more in the north of England, but yeah, in England, I don't think there's a huge amount of waterfalls, but if you want to go and check out waterfalls, definitely get yourself to Wales or Scotland, because I'm not joking, it kind of seems like there's a waterfall around every corner in
really
both places,
does.
Certainly in Scotland.
And Wales.
Yeah, but definitely in Scotland.
Yeah, there's just more of everything in Scotland, isn't there? But yeah, if you know of any good ones in England, we did find one in England, but they tried to charge you to view it.
Yeah.
And it's
Tintagel,
yeah.
Anyway.
But anywho, but yes, we hope you enjoy that little segment. We're going to be sharing road trips, best beaches, great park ups, all sorts in the vlogs to come, so make sure you stay tuned. We hope you have enjoyed your Sunday, well actually whatever day you're viewing this with us. You know, thank you for taking the time to sit with us. We appreciate you, we love you. Let this be your last little chance to do a random act of kindness and leave us a little like, comment or subscribe. If you've got all the way to the end, I'm still here in the comments and we will know who the OGs are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, until next time folks, bye for now.